Hello and welcome to the EDC Super Group 3 Championship round number 19, the penultimate round of the final hurrah on GT Sport, and this race will be coming from the Nurburgring GP-Strecke in Germany. I'm not exactly sure whereabouts Nurburg actually is, but I'm sure it's in a very nice part of Germany. Now we did the Nolceto earlier in the around, so let's see who can conquer the more modern circuit. The starting lineup, we'll see JIFFERS on pole with Joe second, Winky third, me fourth, Hans fifth, Nolceto 6th, 7th would be Rico, 8th, Kimston 9th, Nomis 10th, Trebor 11th, Ben with Mr. Sulu missing for this week. He'll be 46 laps around the modern circuit, with Trebor already confirmed as champion. It's now going to be down the battle for second, with 7 points separating Ben and Rico going into this round. Also, another further announcement to make: the EDC content will be remaining on my channel, just because PS or PS4, I'm not sure about PS5, PS4 does not allow you to link multiple accounts. I'm sure that won't make any difference. So the further championships will still be on here on a Thursday, as well as the Weekend Cup, which will be televised, which would be on a Sunday. New schedule, I'll draw that up very soon. So let's take a lap around this circuit. Okay, get up my little so let's go in the trusty Porsche 911 and let's fund around. So down the Start und Ziegen route, which I'm pretty sure means is German for the start straight, into turn 1. Into turn 2, which begins the Mercedes arena. Into 3 and then hitching back to 4. And you power down the hill into 5 and then 6, which is the forward curve. And all the way down to turn number 7, which is the Dunlop curve, which I think means it's the Dunlop chicane, Dunlop hairpin. Then through the Michael Schumacher S's up to the RFL curve, which is turn 10, and then the Versteiner curve. And then the Advent Bergen, which is a quick into the SGK chicane. And this is officially known as the Coca-Cola curve, but it's actually the Nomis curve, or Nomis corner. And then that completes a lap, as you across the line. So let's get underway for the race. So it's just 46 laps. Everything is to be decided now. The only thing is second place is to be confirmed after the race at Sainte-Croix, and also the team championships as well. Team leading that at the moment is Gute Arbeit Racing, which is Mr. Sulu, Nolceto, and the champion Trebor. So they will confirm championship, and then it won't make any difference going into the last race at Le Mans. So, and I don't need a map guide around Le Mans. I know that track like the back of my hand. So let's get started, shall we? Let's just make sure everyone knows that we are actually live. Sorry, just bear with me. Just make sure everyone knows that we are actually live. Okay, so let's get the 46 laps of the round 19 out of the way. Evening. You've just missed my butchering of German, but there'll be plenty more of my butchering of German. So let's rock and roll. Start on Zeigerland. Let's just say start finish line. How can German be so hard to pronounce? It's so close to English. Okay, here we go. So this is the confirmation of the starting lineup. Jiffers on pole, Joe third, Winky fourth, me fifth, and sixth, Nolceto seventh. And I'm pretty sure you've all caught that, but the full starting grid is down below. Just like last weekend, it looks like Jiffers is going to lead us off. As some people are going to be caught out by the rolling start, and we are underway under green flag, although there's no green, well, there's a green flag but no green lights. Maybe that's a thing that will be happening into the first corner comes Jiffers, followed by Joe. It's like Joe has lost control and he has dropped down the field. This is what happened to him. So he comes into the first corner and just loses it. And that has no name, so be careful. So through the Mercedes arena comes Jiffers because he comes turn 4, powers down to turn 5. He leads the race with Winky in second, me in third, followed by Hans and Rico. Down into the forward curve, Still leading the race is Jiffers. And see where Joe rejoins. So he rejoined ahead of Trebor. Hello there. There we go. His teammate Ben just behind. They're coming up through the Michael Schumacher S's. Jiffers leads, Winky second, me third, Hans fourth, and Rico is in fifth. Rico's looking to get past his teammate here as we go through the Weinstein curve. Approaching the Advan Brogan. Camping out some gem. And the absolutely detestable SGK chicane as Hans gets past me into third place. And there's no through the exit of Nomis corner. Down the, I'm not going to even bother pronouncing it now. The start straight. First corner, and goes a bit deep into the first corner and goes into the Mercedes arena. That will give Rico briefly third. It's further back, it's Kimster challenging Nolceto for 6th place as I go way off the track there. Further, it looks like Ben and Trebor have got past Joe at some point. Our two teammates not using the team livery, breaking on the grass at the Dunlop hairpin to the Schumacher S's. This is not really a passing opportunity. Everyone got through, no issues. The RFL curve. Winky's challenging Jiffers for the lead of the race. The gap to me and Nolceto started to drop. He's been followed by the two RMB Racing teammates of Kimster and Nomis. Through NGK. Chicane they come into Nomis corner. Starting to bunch up now behind Jiffers. So traffic is starting to. Hands is coming down on losing the slip. Try to take back 5th place. A little bit of door knocking, but takes 5th. Takes 4th nonetheless. So I start to get under pressure from Nolceto. The train is starting to form now behind Jiffers, the other member of RMB Racing. He still has the lead of this race. The gap's starting to get a bit up there now as Jiffers still holds on to the lead. Winky second, Rico is in third place. As he's now starting to form a train behind me. Meanwhile, up at the front, Winky and his team and his Psycho Winky's teammate Rico through the Schumacher S's to RFL curve. This is we're going late on the brakes. The older BMW is no match for the newer BMW, which is built replaced, as we already said a long time ago. On the outside, and he takes 2nd place quite easily. Now it starts to challenge Jiffers for the lead of the race. Rico is. And now we're starting to bunch up again. Psycho Winky team members there, Rico, Winky and Hans. They're currently third in the team championship, I believe. And they're currently second in the team championship, as Jiffers gets it all wrong in the first corner, and that will give Rico the lead of the race. Easiest pass he'll probably have all day. Currently sitting in second place, 100 odd points behind, so they would need a very good finish, and with team members in first, third and fourth, that would be good to cut the lead of Gute Arbeit Racing going into the final race at Le Mans. The BMW is starting to power away from the little Peugeot. As the train, the Jiffers, is starting to form again. Normally it's the train of Winky, but it's not the train of Winky, it's the train of Jiffers at the moment. It's the little Peugeot has not got much power underneath that little hood. It's Winky trying to challenge for second place. But it's not coming off. So here, side by side into NGK chicane comes Winky and Jiffers. Little bit of door things. Winky's penalty kicking in as his car materialises right behind Jiffers. Jiffers holds on to second place. Through Nomis corner. As Jiffers is now under pressure from Hans. No, Winky's under pressure from Hans. Sorry. He's pushing his teammate out wide. He's now got the inside of the corner. A little bit of late there from Hans, and he's lost control, and he is off, dropping like a stone. Now, of course, we have to check if there was any contact, but I just think that was some very late braking, suicidally late braking into the first corner here as you catch maximum speed, but if you don't. But he did have contact with Jiffers on the way through, but not enough. But if he hadn't pulled left there, he probably would have taken Jiffers cleanly out. But yeah, it's a little bit late braking into that first corner, and that will happen. It's first corner here is notorious. It gives you all that speed down the pit straight, and it just carries you all the way down, and then you've got to find the braking point. And when you don't have any brake markers as well, which is this game actually does, but on other simulators we don't have the braking point, you have to find where you got to brake in and then turn into the first corner. So Jiffers escapes, so does Winky. That drops Hans down to, he rejoins in 10th, just behind Trebor. And behind this train, they didn't really lose much, just because no one's been able to get past Jiffers at the moment. It seems to be a rolling roadblock in that little Peugeot RCZ. Ricky's looking again on the outside. What gonna do? Jiffers shuts the door on the inside, so Winky can't push that avenue. Now down there towards the chicane again. Winky looking on the inside, on the outside and behind. Nolceto's gone on the inside, and he's managed to move. Has he got through? No, he hasn't. So Nolceto tried to take fourth place from me, and he didn't manage to get it done. Neither did Winky's move on Jiffers. Now he's going to have the slipstream down the straight on the outside of. Now down on the outside of Nomis corner on the main straight. A little bit of slipstream ahead from Winky. That's that going to happen. So Nolceto's going to slam on the brakes late, and he's going to get it done into the Mercedes arena. No, he's not. So the fight for fourth is underway. The two dueling in front of second places. Well, it's all kicking off as Rico disappears off into the distance. The whole pack is really grouped together. As Joe continues to poodle around in the 11th back there. We see more of him, I'm sure. So a little bit of a gap now back to Winky. So the train's now starting to extend, and it's two rolling roadblocks, and this is me and Jiffers. So I'm blocking everyone behind, and they can't get past me. And then further ahead, Winky can't get past him, but this Gute coming under attack from Kipster. That's all starting to quieten down just a tad now, but championship leader, there's Nolceto. He's now, the gap's now gotten a bit bigger now. He's starting to, that's all. The tyre starting to go off again. Winky looking on the outside, and then he tries to switch on the inside. Now tries again on the inside, but he's not that Peugeot. As into the pits comes Jiffers a bit early on lap 6. Trebor is also in, as is Ben. So again out of the way of traffic, so it's now Winky's. There's an interesting diamond was forcing me onto the outside. There's no real turn there, and I just have to try and move the car on the inside to go and get it done. Position his car on the inside there. It's an interesting strategy from the Winkster. His lime green livery, the BMW Z4. So it's slightly worse on my car over Nolceto's. I don't know what that is, but more aggressive, I guess. A bit of contact there, but not much. More like a nudge. So we're now behind the Winky train, which has been a pattern for the championship. So the early pit stops were done by Ben, Jiffers, and Trebor. So Jiffers is just ahead of Ben. Up ahead, it's not Nolceto's trying desperately to get past me, and he's moving to third place. A little bit of dust kicked up from Winky as he went wide on the exit of the Weinsteiner curve. Now up into the NGK chicane again, going through cars all ghosting. Someone else going into the pits. There's someone peeling off there. Like it now down the pit lane, down the pit straight. Everyone's in a line here. No one's pulling out. A Winky again diving to the pit exit, and I'm glad that nobody actually coming out of the pits. Late brakes. I think that's not going to get it done. That's a bit too late, just like Hans did a few laps previous. That has cost me 2 positions. Nolceto moves up into third. Again, that's Winky's moving on to a defensive position on the end to move on to block off the inside. That moves Nolceto now up into third place. So now looking to get past the looking to be the Strickland into the Dunlop hairpin. He tries, doing here, but again we're stuck behind Winky. So even though Nolceto did get up into third place, he just can't get past Winky. He's going to try on the inside here, and he's going to get it done. Is he? That Z4 is going to get the power down. A little bit of contact between the two there. susceptible to another attack from me. Oh, weaving in and out. Winky's got the inside of the NGK chicane, and I'm not going to try to make a pass. So there was a little bit of contact between Winky and Nolceto there. Into the pit lane I come, out of the way of this battle. As Jiffers and Ben now have a battle for 9th place. Jiffers, he was leading the race. At one point he came in from 3rd, I believe. Ben looking on to go on the inside down the right straight, and he taking, like many others, the perilous of late braking does not help. So I come out of the pit lane in 11th place. Back up ahead, this is Nolceto trying to get past Winky again, as Kimster's got past. So let's see what happened here. Watching the jaunt, so Nolceto holds 2nd place, which he took from Winky. He took 2nd from Winky. So this is where I peel off. So let's go from here. So I've peeled off. See this where this how Kimster got into 2nd place. So down the main, so down the straight. Straight everyone comes. Nolceto's in 2nd, Winky, there's Kimster, and Nolceto. I mean, he went a bit late on the braking there. That pushes Winky right up to his tailpipe. Once when you start getting it wrong in the Mercedes arena, it all starts going wrong. It goes wide on the entrance there. A little bit of contact there from Jiffers from Kimster as he went through, and then Kimster just uses it's a perfect line through and takes 2nd place with ease. Winky and Nolceto continue to battle for 3rd place, so that's up to date. As through comes Nomis through the Dunlop hairpin. That was a fantastic move there from Nomis. How did he manage to pull that one off? So here he comes, he went through on the inside. That was a fantastic move. I think that's more of frustration of following Winky than anything there. As he gets that move done, and he moves up into 4th. So Winky loses 2 places there. Further back is the people who have pitted. Joe's still holding on to 7th place. A big chunk of change back to the people who have pitted as Ben gets past Jiffers. He doesn't. As Winky now losing position to his teammate. Thomas is also trying to get past Nolceto, so it's all up in the air. Into the pits comes Kimster, Nomis as well. Nolceto carries on, so does Hans. Winky also carries on, so the 2 RMB Racing teammates are in. She'll come through Joetopps now, moving to 5th. This is the battle for well, no, it's 7th. It's battle for 6th. Where the RMB boys come out. So they start to come out. There they are. So there's the champion, and followed by the man who won last week. And meanwhile, up ahead, Nolceto is still holding on to the position ahead of Hans. Winky in 4th, as Hans now looking to get past. into the Dunlop hairpin. He's going into position to challenge. This is Jiffers holding on to 6th place as he looks like he's starting the Jiffers train again. Hans was unsuccessful in his attempts to get past Nolceto. I haven't mentioned the race leader, who's managed to put no foot wrong and just carries on, thundering away. Fastest lap as well, 1:55.1. Massive gap back to Nolceto in 2nd place, and he still hasn't stopped yet. So into the NGK chicane, Hans trying the move, and that will move Nolceto as he goes into the pits, followed by Winky. And there is Joe, he's not stopping either, he's going as long as possible. So Ben gets past Jiffers into the normal chicane, a little bit of door slamming down the pit straight. It looks as though Trebor's going to get past into the first corner. She's going to try the move that has Rico has perfected, the old outside-inside manoeuvre. Doesn't look like he's going to get that done. Into the Mercedes-Benz arena, he's going to on the outs in the inside on Jiffers, and this is going to move him up into 5th. And pushing a little bit wide on the exit there, still rubbing the doors into chicane there, and there's contact, and off goes Trebor. They were. Here we go. So through, and there's the contact there, and off goes. And so it's a pretty sharp exit there. On board here through turn 5 up to the forward curve. There's the contact, and there is the tries to correct the car, and off he goes. Full damage on the front as he reverses back onto the track. Yellow flags are waving. He rejoins in 11th. A little bit of contact there. Jiffers, of course, has to get the position back, but I don't. Well, it's a long way back to 11th. It's all calming down. As into the pit lane comes the race leader. He'll be joined by his teammate, who's way back there, and coming through the NGK chicane is Hans coming in. He's not. He's carrying on. As Joe takes a little bit of liberty through the NGK chicane, and that effectively cutting it there, it looks like. I'll be sure he didn't cut it, and there is his teammate, Ben. Rejoining us in 2nd place is Rico. That's how much of a gap he had, and his teammate Hans is yet to stop. That's how much that's how much he managed to accumulate. Blue flags waving, that's because somebody's gone in the pit lane. It's a bit weird, but that's the way it is. There's Trebor, the champion. He's in 11th now after his crash. He's got a lot of work to do. So Joe holding on to 3rd. He's gone extremely long on these tyres. He's doing his best attempts to take away Kimster's Mr. Michelin title. He's got Ben behind him on slightly fresh tyres. And of course stopped quite early to get out of the way of traffic. On the inside of the Schumacher S's, that's not going to be a passing opportunity. done and moves up into 3rd place. The Jiffers is well, that's not much you can say about that contact there. That was a full-on T-bone. Hans comes into the pit lane from the lead of the race, as also Mr. Michelin's Mr. Michelin 2 comes in, going long on the tyres. That means Ben moves up into 2nd. Jiffers now is up to 3rd. Now under pressure from Nomis. Nomis goes down on the inside of turn 1. Tried to do the switch back, but it's not going to happen against the power of the Jag. Nomis moves up into 4th place with his teammate just ahead. So he got accumulated a penalty. A penalty around here is not good. It's not very easy to get rid of. Imagine with all the braking points on it, it would be easy, but it's not. He's also got a penalty as well. Hans rejoins in 10th, and Joe just behind him. He is right behind Trebor after his exit. Yellow flags. We have yellow flags. Jiffers off the track. It's the exit of the Ford curve. Sure what he's doing, and he has exited the race. So see what happened. It's just this is the full curve. This is where he had his accident with just steers off. Okay. Well, just steered off and exits the race. That's a retirement. No, we haven't had a retirement in a while. And that is unfortunately a 0-pointer. Now that's not good news for RMB Racing's chances of winning the, or even cutting the lead of the the team championship. So Rico still leads the race after 13 laps. They're coming up to 14 laps. Posts the fastest lap of the race of 1:55 dead. Ben is in 2nd place, followed by Nomis in 3rd. I am 4th. Kimster is 5th, followed by Nolceto in the distance there. The green liveried Z4 of Winky in 7th. Trebor is in 8th. Joe's in 9th. I haven't seen how that shows so as though scoreboard is messed up. For some reason it's saying that Hans is in 10th. Okay, I think we've got a problem with the replay here. Just try and fix it. Should have fixed it, I think. Yeah, no. I think the exit of... No, it's fixed itself. No, it hasn't fixed itself. Okay, hopefully at some point it should fix itself, but we can see that Hans is actually in 9th and Joe's in 10th, but the game seems to, the replay has seemed to have messed up. I think it's the due to this exit, but I mean, we can eyeball it anyway. So up at the front, Nomis has got away. He's now chasing down Ben. Big B train has started. Is now I'm holding up Kimpster. Kimpster's on slightly better tyres through the Schumacher S's. Getting done there. I don't know the track light. I don't know the track light. I know I'm on. That's my defence, and I'm sticking to it. Brogan. Pretty sure nobody cares about the name of that corner. All I know it as is the annoyingly kink that doesn't make that straight. NGK chicane. Still holding on to fourth. Nomis is gone. Chasing down men at a rapid pace. Has the replay fixed itself at the back? It hasn't, so and is challenging Trebor for 8th place. Hoping at some point it will fix itself. I think it has now. I'm just waiting for Joe to cross the line to mess me up again. No, it has now fixed itself, thankfully. Okay, so trying to get past, making that Nissan as big as possible. It's not going to get done, and it's just where Kimpster managed to get past Winky a few laps ago. Deep into the full curve I go. That will give Nolceto 5th place. I'm going to have to learn to do on GT7 is tyre management. Anyway, so this is the battle for 2nd place. This is being challenged by Nomis. Kimpster's now away in 4th through a bit of dust kicked up from the Van Steiner curve. This will be how much you brave, but it doesn't need to. Nomis's Jag just blasts past the Supra. Down, then you need to worry about the NGK chicane because the Jag just went, thank you very much, and got past. That made my life easy. So Kimpster in 4th. He's now got a GTR behind him that actually has some tyres rather than a GTR that doesn't. There's Trebor's lost the position to Hans. Where did the Beamer get past the McLaren? It's the same place where Nomis dispatched. Better tyres. Yep, that's where Hans moved up into 8th place. So down the pit straight. Kimpster's holding on to 4th. Like I said, he's now got a Nissan behind him that has semi-fresh boots down into the first corner. Has no name. I would call it the hell hairpin. There you are, that's right before you. It can even be leaked back to the green hell as well, which so you can actually see if you can't. You can actually see the green hell's the North Life. See if we can catch a glimpse of it. Mentioned Rico, who has pretty much put nothing foot wrong. Another fastest lap from him, 154.540. He is well gone. He should give us a glimpse of the north side, I think. He's changing full positions. Let's changing full position. So. If you with us, go through the NGK chicane, if you look up there where that barricade is. That's where the turn off onto the North Life, and there is the North Life over there. So all you North Life enthusiasts, there's the ending of the long straight through the King, and the pit lane for the North Life pit lane is over there. Yeah, there it is. A much more better look. There's North Life in all its ancient glory. So Ben comes into the pits from 3rd place. I've also gone into the pit lane, as has Trebor. Should give Joe some places here. Meanwhile, up ahead, Nolceto's challenging Kipster for 3rd. Really unknown corners here. None of these corners have any names. That's pretty disappointing. This one does though. The full curve. Into the full curve, Kipster comes, still holding on to 3rd. His teammate has pulled the pin and has blasted away. Meanwhile, further back, 2 teammates are also having a battle. This is Winky and Hans, or Psycho Winkies. This is the battle for 5th. Hans, of course, is on fresher tyres. Winky, a little bit of mirror slapping, and it's completed, and up into 5th goes Hans, pushing aggressive, but the Z4 is not going to surrender that position for RTL. RFL. RFL or RTL? RTL. Should know that's German national broadcaster, silly bastard. So, but as Nolceto's continuing to fight for this 3rd place. Not checking pit lane entries here because, you know, not really much of an advantage to be gained here, and next week definitely not checking them either because the automatic pit lane entry starts taking over after a bit. Can't cut it like you can on other games where a lot of people did. So onto the brakes, into the first corner, trying there, Nolceto wasn't going to, Kipster's master of positioning his car just in the right position to a little bit to frustrate you as Ben gets past his teammate. 2 Team Pink members. I have to rethink that one actually. I'll take that comment back. Ben moves up into 7th. Yeah, that one I'm going to have to take back. Well, you can't demonetise me on YouTube because I'm not monetised, so, but yeah. And I've got Trebor in the pit lane, that's all I have. That's spotted the champion on the pit stop. Go me. So, Kipster might have dropped Plateau, so he has. He's now got a bit of W thundering behind him, and there is Winky. Over back is Ben, Joe and me, all Team Pink together. Not very high position. We're officially the wooden spoon team. Although the BMW is the car of choice around this track, I think the Jag can get its power down as much as it could last week or the previous races, but for it to be a real menace next week at Le Mans, down the Mousson Straight particularly, it's going to be one of the cars with the Nissan to reach its top speed. And just catching the fight for 3rd. cut off the lime green BMW. I'm going to call it the what were you thinking colour. Oh, Joe's being caught by me, it looks like. In the background there. And I'm being caught by my Trebor, so my pit mastery is not coming back to help. So back to the battle for third, because no point looking at the front, they're gone. So this is Kimpston's third, Nolceto fourth, and Hans in fifth. Hans is rapidly catching these two ahead. Kane, just so Cato has decided to into the pits he goes. That'll put a little bit of, that will give Kimpster a little bit of breathing space, but not much. That BMW bearing down on him to turn one. Depends on where Gute comes out. Still trying to catch Joe for the fight for 7th. Gute's now exiting the pits ahead of his teammate. Nope. Trebor holds on to 9th, takes 9th. It's rare you say that Trebor in 9th, and of all the seems to be the Nurburgring GP. It's been the chink in the armour, but also he was kind of helped into his current predicament with 26 laps to go. Don't think he's got the pace to get back on terms with Rico. I don't think he has time either. Back up to the battle for 3rd place as gets it. Ooh, a little bit of drifting into the limestone curve there. That was a bit lucky. He managed to hold on to that. So much. We shall get an action replay on that one, I think. So it comes through RTL, and then there's gets a little bit. Turns it into the M6 rally car. A little bit of a Scandinavian flick there. I think Tommy McLaren would be pleased about the turn from that one. And yes, I know he was Finnish. Nomis comes into the pits from 2nd place. Kimpston has also come in. This will move Hans up into 2nd place. Well, I couldn't think of a Danish. I can't think of a Danish rally driver. Most of the top ones were either Finnish or Swedish. So, and yeah. That's my gouge free card. So if anyone can name me a Danish rally world champion, I'm more than happy to hear it. Ben moves up into 3rd, Joe 4th and me 5th. Nomis comes out from pit lane just behind 2 cars that are on knackered tyres. That's going to be good for his chances. It's not what you want to see, but he is ahead of what happened there? The game decided I want to give you a little bit of a first person view through there. And finally, after a couple of laps, I finally caught with Joe for the battle for 4th place. So having a very good race. And up 2-4-5 go. Here comes Nomis taking advantage of two teammates fighting each other. Really bravery pill engaged. And he goes try side by side through the Schumachereses into RTL and gets the move done and up into 5th. He's done some fantastic moves. He did that brilliant move on Winky down at the Dunlop hairpin. He's done another fantastic move there into RTL on, and well, it's another great move again. Up into 4th, and he gets past the stricken Nissans. Fresh tyres and a lot of bravery there as Joe and Trebor try to commit murder on each other. They're throwing some waving again. Not sure. I guess the blue flag guys needed something to do. So Joe looking to get past Trebor. That's an interesting battle you would normally see. Trebor in the thick of it in the midfield, surrounded by us plebeians. So fresh tyres is going to get past Joe, and he does into a little bit of contact there on the Ford chicane. I'm thinking of bloody Le Mans already. The full curve, a little bit of contact there on the full curve on the there. Seems to be the corner for incidences. That one should call it the incident corner, but it's the full curve on the official track naming. So there you go. Joe holds on to 7th. Cleto's looking to get back past. Also Kim's looking to get past as well. Cleto gets the move done for RTL, exactly where Nomis did the move. And up into 7th goes Cleto, with Joe now under pressure from Kimster. Pushed the pillar of the post. And he's holding on fantastically for his position, and not sure what happened there, but it looks as though he has surrendered the position, and it looks as though we've lost position names. GT Sports definitely starting to show why GT7 is going to be a lot more better, isn't it? It's decided that this week it's going to really show its age and why it's annoying. The fight continues through the Mercedes arena, and Joe's not surrendering his position. He's got the bit between his teeth this week. Up ahead, this is the battle for 6th place. And a bit of nudge on, off I go. Full curve has definitely. Cleto's going to wait to get the position back, but he loses 2 places in the incident as well. But he's going to get straight back on my case because he's got fresher tyres. But yeah, the full curve was definitely. He had contact with my teammate Joe, and well, it wasn't enough to push Joe off, but this one I actually do succumb and do go off, but gets his position back. I'm pretty sure he's going to dispatch the stricken Nissan with ease. Fresh tyres versus naked tyres. That's the issue there. Rico has come into the pits from the lead, right behind it, and the exits right behind his teammate. The BMW domination continues. It's as though the The BMWs are completing the trio at the moment with a Z4 impersonator in third at the moment. And there it is, the Supra. I mean, the only part of this that is actually a Toyota is the badge. No, at least when Honda announced they were bringing back the NSX, they actually built bloody brand new NSX, new engine, new everything. They didn't get anyone else's bloody help. Toyota go, we want to bring back the Supra. What should we do? Well, what we do? We'll just rebadge a Z4 and make it look a little bit different. Considering they're the largest car manufacturer in the world, that's a bit embarrassing. Anyway, aside from that, and another car that doesn't actually have a proper engine in it it's a Ford engine in it, but and well, the F-Type is just essentially a copy of a DBR, so and the Vantage. It seems as though the motor industry has really no standards these days. Anyway, Nomis holds 4th place. Trebor has managed to recover up to 5th. He's on full recovery drive after his 11th lap incident with Jiffers. Hans comes into the pit lane. Comes down. Well, I'm gonna start doing my American impersonation. Down pit road. That moves. Ben up into 2nd place. Nomis should go into 3rd. Into the pits comes the Team Pink Nissans. So we'll move Winky up a few places. Hans rejoins just behind his teammate, no, ahead of his teammate, so he's ahead of Winky, just behind Nolceto. So the fake BMW is in 2nd place. Rico has really, well, since he took the lead from Jiffers, he has not really looked back. I think, barring a super spin, this race is pretty much going to go to the BMW and Psycho Winkies. I think the last win in this championship he actually had was back in Italy when we were at the Autodromi Magori. It's a long way back then. Is there any battles are developing? So Kempster is ahead of Trebor. Coming into pits? No. Not McLaren. That's we got it all wrong on the exit there of Nomis corner. That's you don't want to be seeing that. I think he's already had the champ. Again, we have to watch the comedy. On the exit of Nomis corner onto the green stuff over the rumble strip, and he got it all wrong there. That was yeah, that was a bit interesting. I think the Nurburgring has definitely not been his race. He holds on to 5th at the moment though, but the chances of podium number 97 for him. He's nearing the 100 as well. You'll have to why it's doing that. My controller is giving up the ghost. Trebor hold on to 5th. He has a bit of squeaky bum time there as he on the exit of Nomis Corner. No, I'm not giving it its proper name. The reason why it was called Nomis Corner, and that's probably why they're fighting, why Nolceto and Hans are fighting for 6th place. Why it's called Nomis Corner was because our time on Project Cars 1 and 2, because of the way the pit lane entry is. The pit lane entry begins and then it goes slightly bit round, and then a wall just appears, and Nomis had a knack for ripping wheels off his cars following the pit entry, including one quite glamorous adventure in an open wheel car, which effectively retired him. Well, a few times he actually has retired from a race. Hans now challenging for 4th. As Gute tries to break the slip of the BMW, that will force Hans out on the outside onto the. He's going to try it on the inside through Mercedes-Benz arena. And no end of tires is going to save you there, and that moves the clutter down to 5th and Hans up into 4th. He holds on to 3rd as his teammate is in 2nd place. So Spalt in his recovery livery. He hasn't actually needed to go on a recovery drive. It seems as though him and the Jag have found the perfect match for each other. He probably ruined using the Peugeot in the last 5 races. Cloud particles there, sure what that's all about. Is that supposed to be? Sorry, no, that's supposed to be. Anyway, let's see some battles, shall we? So Trebor has come out of the pits and he is in last place. That's not a comment normally you associate with him. It's usually either me or Joe the back there. The battle for the rest. Joe is catching me for 8th place. He seems to be lapping a lot more faster than me. And now team manager, our boss Ben, is in 7th place after his pit stop. And he has Winky ahead of him. So while everything is spacing out, the last race, of course, is next week, and that is from the Circuit de la Sarve, or Circuit de 24 Heures de Mont Blanc, its official name. That will be the final race on GT Sport. The GT7 races will carry on my channel here. It won't be moving over to the 2nd channel because of, as I said at the start, due to PSN not allowing the usage of 2, and I don't really want to start switching PSN accounts and doing other malarkey, linking this, linking that, so I'm just going to stay on here. The schedule will continue as it is. It will take a couple of weeks before the EDC will be back on GT7 because we have to iron out what we're going to do. Also see what we can and can't do, and also give everyone a chance to get cars, of course. GT7 launch day, which is next week, I will be streaming. Probably won't be streaming the licenses, but I will be streaming some fun races that we'll probably piss about on the Friday. It's going to be a test race for the be a test race for the EDC Weekend Cup, which will be done on the Saturday, just to test out some of the features. That has actually, it was originally going to be MX5 touring cars around the Willow Springs, but I can't stand Willow Springs, and it's going. And also, I saw on the track list that they actually have a Sylvia touring car, and I love the Sylvia K. That was an awesome car on GT4. So it's going to be a Sylvia championship, Sylvia mess about. So there you go. So Nolceto, of course, in that ensuing monologue, went into the pits. Ben has taken 5th place from Winky. Me and Joe continue our fight for 7th, with Trebor trying to recover in 9th place. Rico still leads the race, and Nomis and Kimster are in 2nd and 3rd respectively. His teammate Hans is in 4th after he stopped a few laps previously. So he's catching Kimster at a fair rate of knots. So yeah, that was a little bit of the monologue there. So yeah, as I said, as Winky comes into the pits, yeah, the fun races and stuff like mess about will be on Friday. We'll try to whatever cars we've got. So it should be some fun days ahead of us on GT7. I haven't been this excited for a GT game since GT5, and then that disappointed me. So that's not a good start. Actually, GT5 did disappoint me. I enjoyed GT5. Also enjoyed being called a cheat for having black versions, the stealth versions of certain cars which I got from the GT5 Stealth GT5 Black Edition. I still have the wallet as well. Unfortunately, I lost my keyring, which is a bit disappointing. And I still have in its box the SLR McLaren that came with the collection. I'll have to put a picture up of it on Twitter one day. My little Black Edition box that I got. That's an interesting story which shall be saved for Le Mans, because Le Mans is a lot more longer than this track, and there will be far more larger gaps between action. So the story of the GT5 launch day, we will have to wait, as Hans is now challenging Kimster for 3rd place. A matter of time before the BMW gets ahead, but it doesn't matter. It looks as though as Kimster is coming into the pits, Nomis is also into the pits, so that will move Hans up into 2nd place. So it will be a Psycho Winky's 1-2 as it stands, with 15 laps to go in the race. It will now automatically also think where they will come out as Ben is coming down the straight. So it will be the fight for 3rd place, and who will get that between Ben, Nomis and Kimster. I don't think that the guys, us back here, are of any threat to Kimster and Nomis. Out comes Nomis, 1 ahead as we're just coming down the start straight. He's exiting the pit lane. Here comes his teammate. A good stop from Kimster. He's got me ahead of him, so he's come out into traffic. Although it's a fight for position in this traffic, so he's going to have to try his best to get past both me and Joe. Joe's challenging for sixth. There's Trebor thundering through. He's going to do battle with. He wants to move up the field as well. Winky, I've mentioned him for a little while. He's there in 9th in the brightly coloured car. I hope he does a Le Mans livery, special livery for the final race. Le Mans is always a race where you do a special livery, and my livery will be donned as well. So inspired by the RC90P, well the RC90 and 92P. And I think the RCP92 actually raced at Le Mans. Only the RC90 did and blew up, so that's not a good sign. No engine explosion though on this game. Accidentally was reserved for, but we did have engine explosions on pre-cars too. You actually monitor your engine condition actually, and you actually had at some point fix it. It's a pretty cool feature. Incidentally, as I continue my monologue, this is the battle for 6th, so Chimster has got past us and managed to not be held up too much by the rear of the field. There's Joe challenging for 6th place. He's had a fantastic recovery after his first corner spin. Trying to get past himself. He's got a lot more fuel and on a lot more fresh tyres than the two of us ahead. Well, a completely different strategy from everyone. Rico comes into the pits from the lead of the race, and out that hurt my damn ears. I don't think he is going to have any issues here, so he's going to stay in the lead of the race. We're back to the battle for 7th between Joe and Trebor. Winky bearing down as well in the distance. This is one of those rare sights you rarely see. Trebor fighting with the rear of the field. Normally fighting for the lead of the race. Had his, he got punted off by JIFFERS, and it hasn't really gone at all right for him in terms of pit strategy or anything. And also, I don't really think the McLaren has performed at all well around here. So down the pit straight they come. I come into the pits. He's got his teammate just behind, looking down the slip now. Right up, Joe pushing him out to the inside. He's going to try and hold on to this. Yeah, let it squarely on the exit. That's going to give Joe a chance to attack back at Mercedes-Benz Arena. Again, the ward's going sideways again. It's like the. Oh, it's actually the game doing that. There he goes, 2-second penalty. He's just picked up. That's, and as I always say, if the race ends now, that actually goes up to a 3-second penalty. I think he's turned traction control off. It looks like he's gone. Yeah, he's gone native, taking that traction control. That's always getting a bit squirrely. But anyway, Joe now has, after his brief battle with Trebor, and Trebor's got away, he now has Winky to deal with. Winky seems to have accumulated a 3.6 second penalty since we last saw him. Cutting the RTL curve there, that gives incidentally gives Joe a 1 second penalty, but Winky does not get a second added to his penalty total, so I think that's a bit unfair. They both cut it there. Down towards the NGK chicane. Joe making that Nissan look as big as possible. A little bit of wheel arch smacking there. It gives Winky the inside down the straight, but that's not going to be good for Winky because the Nissan has a lot more power than the BMW. That puts Winky on the inside. Winky going late on the brakes, but he's got the move done. And Winky moves up into 7th place, and now Joe's now got Nolceto to deal with. And decides again to give us this camera angle. Nolceto right behind him. Cones are gone now, so it's going to be people are going to cut in the inside of that corner a bit too much through the forward curve, which has given us a lot of incidences this race. And the Nissans are at the back of the field, which is through the Dunlop hairpin, a little bit of argy-bargy, as it was a few weeks back. Side by side through the Schumacher S's. It's going to be to the breaking point at RTL curve, and now to the Weinstein curve, and it's still Joe holds on to 8th place. It's taken 4 races for the Nissan to finally click for him. And this is the race it's decided. So into NGK chicane comes Gute, and he moves up into 8th place. And this is something I will rarely see. Winky now on the tail pipe, the exhaust, the gearbox, whatever you want to call it, the back end of the car of Trebor. And Trebor got what happened there. He braked very early into the first corner. That was a bit interesting there. What happened there? That was very, very, very early. Well, Winky doesn't care. It gives him 6th place. That was extremely early. And this ends the perils of using no traction control. It goes wide there again. It's right back on the case of Winky through to the forward curve where he punted off. Move to the I'll go back to the front, which is now going to start us down on the 10-lap countdown. 10 laps remaining. Rico leads the race, as he has done for pretty much the entirety of it. He will. His teammate is in 2nd place. Ben has to turn further back. There is Nomis. And Kipster in 5th. It goes Psycho Winky's 1st and 2nd, Team Pink 3rd, then RMB Racing 4th and 5th. Psycho Winky's in 6th place with Winky. Team Gute and Arbeit standing 7th and 8th, and then bringing up the rear is two Team Pink members, me and Joe. So here is Trebor trying to make a move on Winky into the first corner. has not been the race for Trebor. I do expect to see a interesting Le Mans inspired livery for that car. So I expect to see either Finna livery or a Golf livery. Was it Golf livery? I'm not sure. The BMW Finna livery would look pretty cool on that car. I incidentally did do a livery for the McLaren, inspired by the only McLaren to win, which was actually a privateer team and not actually a member of the 1996 Le Mans victory for the McLaren F1 was actually done by a privateer team. There's a piece of information in there for you as Ben comes into the pits with 10 laps to go. Hans is also in. Nomis has just come out of the NGK chicane and he's coming around Nomis corner to start his last the lap. Well, 9 laps to go now. So this would be Hans and Ben switching to super softs because it would be silly to stop now and not put them on. Hans is on the super softs and comes out in 3rd place ahead of Kimster, just behind Nomis. Nomis has just gone through the Mercedes-Benz arena. Kimster's now there in 4th and out comes Ben. So the fight for the final podium position is on. Winky and Trebor continue to fight for 6th place. Depending on where they will be coming in. Joe also comes in for, this should be his final stop, I would imagine. He's going to take on fuel and the super softs. Now he comes. Super softs he is, and cutting the pit exit he is as well. Yeah, guess the final race will allow it, but yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. So how are we got some fights? That's what we're looking for. Nomis has to come in, as does the race leader, but I think he could come in for 2 pit stops at the moment and still win this race. He does have to come in for super softs. Nomis is coming in for his option tyre. I don't know why I'm saying option tyre. He's going to be on the super softs unless he's completely mad and puts on the mediums with 8 laps to go. Be pretty suicidal. So Hans moves into 2nd place. Kimster carries on. So the team orders have gone. So this would be now depending on when Nomis will come out, because Kimster does have to stop again. There is Ben. Penalty. There is Nomis exiting the pit lane now. He's well ahead of the duel for 6th place between Winky and Trebor. Nolceto has come into the pits for his final stop. Moving on to the super softs as well. There is Nolceto exiting the pit lane. Touch and go on the exit there. I also have to stop, so that would mean there'll be a battle for Nolceto and Joe there which would effectively be the fight for 8th place. Probably be Winky, because Winky has to stop. Winky is now at a 3.4 second penalty over the top of his head. Trebor has a 1.8 second penalty, so that will be jumped up to 4 and 2 seconds respectively. So if the race would stop now, Trebor would be in 6th place ahead of Winky. so he's already stopped, so I think he has all but secured second place for Psycho Winky. So first and second is done as a done deal. Who will finish third? Who will get the wooden spoon? Who did too many pit stops? Who is this week's weakest link? Well, it'll probably be me. Anyway, Winky and Tree will continue their fight. This is the fight for 6th place. Winky holding on, holding his own against the McLaren. Winky's also running no traction. I don't think he's not running any traction. He would be silly not to put traction control on that thing. He'll be all over the track. I think the game's lying to me. Well, actually, I think it is lying to me because it says that Trebor is running an automatic gearbox, and I know for a fact he's not. So I don't think he is. I don't think he has turned traction control off. I think the game is telling me. Porky's through the full curve. Winky holding on to 6th. And it's Trebor gets it all wrong. I don't think he is not running any traction control on that car. Ben has caught up, has got up behind Kipster. This is the fight for third. Kipster hasn't stopped yet, but he can hold up. He could hold up. Ben push him back towards his teammate. Ben completely cuts the corner there. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure the game will give you a penalty for that one. Wow. Now, let's have a look here. Did he get his nose cut off? Where is it? Advent. We've got the Slipstream. And that might be the incident of the game's system there kicking in, pushing him wide. I don't think Ben would move wide there at Arbeit broke on, but according to the game he did. And can cut it, so but he's now got the drive now down the pit straight as his team as Nomis working in the distance. Slipstream now down into the first corner, brakes, and Ben holds on and moves into third place. Nomis is approaching in 5th. Gute does have to stop. Winky comes in for his final stop of the race. That will move. That will give some breathing room for Trebor at least. At some point, Winky comes out of the pit lane, and there goes Joe. So Joe moves into 9th after Winky stops. So this now will be a final fight for the next 6 laps for 9th place as it stands. But Trebor and me do need to come into the pits, so we'll move them ahead a little bit. For the final stop of the road, for his final stop comes in Rico. He is winning this race regardless. So he will just be putting on his optional tyres. He can put hard tyres on and still win. Ben goes wide again on the exit of Wolfstein. No, I don't care. Kimster in the background there has got passed by his teammate. Let's see where he's got it done. His favourite spot, RTL. Yes, but I think it was the team orders might have been involved there, because that's a bit of a rare one there for Kimster just to surrender a position. And he does. So team orders there. That moves Nomis up to 4th. Kimster is That's of course looks to 5th, but I think he's got a bit of a gap back to Trebor. He does have to stop, and he's got a long way on those tyres, looks like. Those tyres look like something I would get them in. So Joe and Winky now having a fight for this, just a fight for 9th as it stands. They should inherit at least a position from me, so that moved it up to a fight for 8th. Kimster is in, where is Nolceto, so this is important for Kimster's chances of a top 5 finish. Here comes Nolceto, Kimster exiting. There's Nolceto, Kimster, and I think Kimster's got it done. But so Kimster's successfully fended off the chances, but I don't count Nolceto out. That is a 54 now. His personal best. So into the pits for the final time comes me on the exits. I have dropped down to 10th, so that is me done. 5 laps to go. Super soft, so the fight for 8th at the moment between Joe and Winky. The fight for the final podium is also on there. There's Ben, and there is Nomis. A few times he has chased down Ben and hasn't actually managed to get it done, so it's going to be in the back of his mind. This is also a fight for the final podium at this track on G2 Sport, the penultimate podium, because the penultimate race win is going to go to Rico, and second place is definitely in the grasp of hands, so first and second. Trebor comes into the pits for his stop. He's got here. Where will he come out? Here's Joe and Winky. There you can hear the McLaren exiting, so that's dropped him down to 9th place. Of course has a 2.8 second penalty, and he's going to try and get rid of that. So we've got 2 fights on the hands now, so we have the fight for the final podium. And rapidly catching the Toyota is Nomis in that Jag. Definitely going to be one to look out for at Le Mans. There is Ben. He has a 1.3 second penalty which he received for cutting the Nurburgring corner, and that's of course going to be up to 2 seconds, so he has to finish at least, if he can get rid of it, at least 2 seconds ahead of Nomis to hold on to 3rd place. But as you can see, they're really close, and I do hope in the replay system next on 227 actually shows the gap. Would be nice. Further back is the fight for 7th place between Joe, Winky, and you can't count out Trebor, and well, I'm bringing up the rear of this one in 10th. Joe starting to get away from Winky. Really has clicked this week for Joe in the Nissan. weeks of struggle for him in his car. A couple of races where it's all gone wrong. First lap spin here, and he's recovered it back to 7th. So a good recovery. Not quite epic proportions of novice recovery, but I'm recovering nonetheless. It's me bringing up the rear on this race. So there, with now 2 laps remaining of this race. First and second is decided. Who will take the final podium? Who will finish in 7th? So 2 laps to go. Rico has not put a foot wrong in the BMW. It's technically its home race. It's a BMW track. We have the one of the largest grandstands here. Porsche have no presence. Sure where Nurburgring is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably near the Bavarian, probably somewhere in Bavaria. I will look it up, but I really can't be bothered. So, back to the battles. Still that 1.3 second penalty lingering over the head of Ben. Trebor is trying to get rid of his penalty. He has accumulated. Winky still has 2.5 seconds on his, so Trebor's catching him. We'll have a last lap duel between these three. On to the penultimate lap of the race now. Ben goes wide. That was shown up. Into the NGG chicane, he's got, as Nomis gets closer and closer, as the tyres on that Toyota start to drop off. Ben, who won the race last week, is looking for podium 103. Podium is under threat here as Nomis gets closer and closer, lapping faster. He's on over nearly a second faster than Ben in the. He's really close here now at the Mercedes-Benz arena, challenging now for 3rd place. Coming through Mercedes-Benz. Where the Jags supercharge is going to start kicking in. Once I think Nomis gets past, he will be gone through the full curve. Now Nomis has already done a fantastic move on Winky in the Dunlop hairpin earlier in the race, and looks to get it done here. Late brakes, and he's got it done, and into 3rd place goes Nomis. Don't think the Toyota's going to be able to fight back through the Schumacher S's. And then up into 3rd goes Nomis, a fantastic move, but Ben still has that penalty lingering over his head. We'll get back to the fight for 3rd, as the fight for 7th is underway as well. So battles all over the place. Winky has a 2.1 second penalty over his head. Trebor goes wide on the full curve. He now has a 2.9 second penalty over his head. Where did that come from? Let's see where he got that from. Was it cutting the chicane? Yeah, he cut the chicane. That's a half a second penalty, so that's where he's up to 2.9. Yeah, so well, that's not good news. Get back to where we were on that fight. Full curve. Yep, so both of them have 3-second penalties now. Thomas has got it done. And Ben's going to surrender that position. So the final lap of the race. Thomas is going to have to try to get away from. So we're going to watch the. What we're going to do, because we have 2 battles going on, so it's the battle for third. We'll watch the last lap of the battle for third, and then we'll watch the fight between for 7th. So we'll watch 2 final laps. So here comes Ben. Contact between the 2 of them. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, that ends the last lap for watching this one. That was a mag wallop on the side of Nomis there from Ben. Unusual for Ben to do that. He was slamming on the brakes, contact there, and trying to get the drive back, and he nearly spins it out. So that would be Nomis quite comfortably in third. So we don't have to watch the final lap for him. We'll watch the final battle duel as they will cross the line. So Rico will come across and win the race. So a little bit of late braking there and accident there. That effectively ended Ben's chances of taking the 3rd place. So alleviated, of course, got rid of his penalty. So last lap duel now for 7th place between Joe, Winky and Trebor. At the moment Joe is pretty clear of this because he has no penalty to get rid of. So as long as he doesn't cut any part of the track, he won't be involved in that fight behind him. So we'll of course catch the race winner coming across the line. So through the exit of Nomis corner for the final time is Rico, and he will take the win of the race. Congratulations to Rico, and he wins the race. Hands across the line as well. So here we go, the battle. 8th. Well, we'll have to go back to that one. Catch hands crossing the line. We'll wind back and watch theirs. So hands coming across in 2nd place. Nomis, who took 3rd quite valiantly on the penultimate lap, had got smashed in the rear by Ben, but Ben didn't take advantage, of course, as he shouldn't have, and he will finish in 4th. Kempster coming home for RMB Racing. That will give them some good needed points for the team championship. Nolceto coming home in 6th place, and that will be the team championship for Gute Arbeit. So we'll go back to the fight. We'll rejoin the fight where they were. So, as we said, this is the fight for 7th. So as long as Joe does not put a foot wrong, doesn't get a penalty, he will not be touched in this fight, the fight behind him. So Joe just needs to put no foot wrong. So through the full curve comes Winky and Trebor. Winky was now below 1.9. A little bit of that's not racing. There's the 2 of them slamming doors with each other. They're down on the exit of the Ford curve. Yeah, that's not sportsman. That's not sportsmanship at all. What's going on here? Well, if that steering wheel is correct, so there's Winky's steering wheel, and he is actually steering. That is steering into Trebor. Let's watch this again. So you see his steering wheel, and yeah, he's actually steering into Trebor. So Winky was hitting Trebor off. It's in car with Trebor. So Trebor's trying. So the two of them are steering into each other. So Winky's wanting more of the steering into Trebor than Trebor is into him there. That's going to have to go to the stewards, I think. Through the Schumacher S's, so they've only had a little bit of unsportsmanlike driving there. Winky flashing his lights, which means nothing on this game. Trebor still has a 2.8 second penalty. Winky is below his penalty, so his penalty will go to 2 seconds. Trebor's will go to 3 seconds. Joe is clear, so Joe will finish in 7th. A fantastic finish for him. All that he's gone through for the last few weeks in championship. So Trebor coming through a little bit wide. And he still has that penalty, and he hasn't gone down. He's got it below 2 seconds, and that will mean Joe will finish 7th. Winky will finish in 8th, but there's going to be question marks on that one. And Trebor finishes in 9th. And bringing up the rear is me as I flash my lights for the final time, and that is the end of the race. So the win goes to Rico, and the team and his teammate finishes in 2nd. A fantastic finish for Nomis in 3rd. Ben not taking the position, which he didn't, so he didn't have to give it back. So that was there, and the team championship officially now goes to Gute Arbeit Racing. So the team championship is over. The fight for 2nd is still on between Ben and Rico. So the person for the runner-up, the team Wooden Spoon, goes to Team Pink. And who will get the coveted golden wooden spoon in the drivers' championship? Well, that one's still to be decided as well. So I'll have to have a look at the last lap incident between Winky and Trebor there, but the penalty system kicked in, and so Trebor finished 9th. Anyway, I am the Big B82. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up. As well. And I will see you in the final race at Le Mans, where we'll be sharing Le Mans stories and other anecdotes as we wind around the second longest track on this game and in the world, actually. And the longest track sanctioned by the FIA. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Ciao for now.